So here we are in Kilrush Marina, and it's hard to believe it's 6 o'clock in the morning in Ireland, in the west of Ireland, and it's clear, blue skies, the sun has just risen, and it's t-shirt and shorts weather for this part of the world. So we are going to navigate our way up the Shannon River from the estuary here in Kilrush up to Killaloe and Mount Shannon on Lough Derg. So it'll take us approximately 12 hours to get through that, but the weather forecast is due to be very, very good. It's going to be clear, and Dan is skippering his boat, Dash, with his wife Helen, and I'm crewing, and we're due to pick up an extra crew member in Limerick later on, so more of that and on. So this is Dan and Helen's boat, Dash, Dan, Aisling, Sarah and Helen, as forgets its name. So this is the marina here in Kilrush, and this is Peter Lawless's boat, Waxwing, which he will be heading off on next month to hopefully be the first Irishman to circumnavigate the world solo without stopping. So it's a big undertaking. So Peter Lawless, originally from Limerick, and EI Electronics will be sponsoring him, so we'll be getting our logo on the boat fairly soon. So we're going to set off on Dash fairly shortly, and our first little tricky manoeuvre will be getting through the loch here in Kilrush, which isn't tricky at all. So we're just approaching Kilrush, the loch. That's Dan, the captain, just getting us ready, and Helen is down at the stern and she's at the tiller, hoping we'll avoid any collisions as we get through this first little obstacle. So this is Kilrush Loch. So the loch was actually open at our height, so there's one other boat here, so we're just going to tie up in a few seconds. So we've just cleared the, we're just clearing the loch in Kilrush. So it's closed behind us, and Dan has met a friendly punter there who was in ahead of us, and yeah, all is done. The gates will just be opening and we'll be able to set up on our way out into the estuary. So goodbye Kilrush, as we're heading out into the estuary. Out on the horizon there is Scattery Island.
We'll be tying it on this side anyway, right? Oh, it's good. Low tide. 16 feet of water, low tide, is it, Dan? Yeah. 3 foot of water.
3 foot of water, wow.
Yeah, no, we're at low tide, that's what I expected now, right? We're at less than 3 foot of water here. Okay. So we're just come out to the loch. We're in very shallow water according to my log. Hopefully it's not reading correctly.
And that's, you said that's Hog Island.
Okay, this is the Kilrush fairway, so that's the Shannon Estuary.
And that's Hog Island over there, and then Scattery Island out to the front. So we'll be navigating between the two of those, Jan, is it? And then up into the estuary. Okay, so we've just come out into the estuary, and that's Scattery Island over there and Hog Island. So we've upped the depth now. What's the depth at, Dan? We've
16 feet.
We're up to 16, is it? 16. So just far off on the horizon there, that's the Kerry over there, and then back in behind Scattery is Loop Head then on the Clare side. So we'll get a better view once we get out into the middle of the estuary. So again, you probably might be able to see them, a lot of wind turbines over there on the Kerry side, which I suppose we're all being told is the future. And then here on the Clare side, you can see again a lot of wind turbines as we head up to, you can see the two power stations there of Killaloe and Tarbert, all to be converted to wind generation over the next number of years. So it's actually just got a small bit overcast here with the mist. That's the Tarbert Killaloe ferry there ahead of us, just making its way across from the Tarbert side across to Killaloe. Okay, we're just outside Foynes now. It's 9:20, and yeah, it's quite a bit of mist and cloud, so we hadn't really reckoned on this, but that's what you can come to expect. So it's just about 22:10, and the mist hasn't really lifted at all. That's the terminal at Ardnacrusha, Illumina. Yeah, so we're just motoring on up the estuary, and we'll be heading to, Shannon Airport will be coming up not so long on the left. Hopefully the mist will have lifted, so we might be able to see something up there. So that's Beeves Lighthouse. It's 10:30 and we're just passing Shannon Airport, and the sun is out. The captain is happy. The first mate, Helen, has given us morning coffee as well, and muffins, so we're all smiling.
Good.
And there's no air traffic around Shannon, and this being the day they've lifted all the travel restrictions, we thought there'd be airplanes coming left, right and centre, but nothing yet. And there's a fuel terminal as well for the aviation fuel. So so the day is picking up, and we're motoring towards Limerick, hopefully arriving there around 12:30, all being well. The dolphins have departed. So we've just left Shannon behind us, and the sun is out. Looks like it's going to stay out, so we're just motoring up towards Limerick. So that middle ground is out there, so we want to stay well away from that. There's kind of sandbanks and sludge, so we're navigating our way up here, and that mountain on the horizon there is the golf ball and all that, where we cycle regularly enough. So glad not to be doing that today in the heat. So it's just after 11:30, and beautiful sunshine and something warm, and we're now seeing Limerick in the distance. We just begin to see Bowman Park, the church spires, the cement roadstone plant. So ETA in Limerick is still around 12:30. So we're just arriving in Limerick just after 12:30. As predicted, there's Limerick docks there on the right. Just past views of Lower Hill, Kilrush in the background, and coming up towards Clarion Hotel on our right. And we'll be going under the new bridge, as they call it. I think is it Poland Bridge, or what's the official name is, but it's known as the New Bridge. And then we'll be heading up to Sarsfield Bridge, where we'll be picking up our next crew member, Sharon, who's there with creamy cakes for us, apparently, allegedly.
And yours! Really appreciate it, John.
So there's Dan there paying the piper. So we're at the lock in Limerick, in the middle of the city here. So we have to go through the lock here. That's the old Dunstores site, soon to be renovated and used by the University of Limerick. So that's Sarsfield Bridge. So we're picking up Sharon here, who's still on the quay. So once we get through, we can, I think, head up to a slipway here and she'll be able to hop aboard.
Thanks, John.
Say hello, Sharon.
Hello.
So we've just made it through the lock, Sarsfield Bridge, and we're heading upriver now, direction Ardnacrusha and Killaloe, and then on to Mount Shannon. It's leaving about 1:30 in the afternoon. Yeah, yeah. There's the famous Loch pub there on our left, and just coming up past the old Barrington's Hospital on our left, now the Bon Secours, allegedly. Passing Thomond Park there on the left and rejoining the main part of the river. So yeah, we've left the Abbey River and we've rejoined the Shannon. That's the train line heading.
Dennis, I think, is it?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, we're just approaching Ardnacrusha now. So it looks like the gate is open, so we can probably go straight in. Okay, so as you've guessed, we're in the lock, the first of the locks in Ardnacrusha. So Helen at the front there and Dan is at the stern. So pretty soon the gates will be closed and we'll just we'll make our way up to the top of this lock and through to the next level. So we're about halfway full, so the water has been filling from the bottom, and once we get up to that height there, we should be at the next level and the gate will open and we can then proceed. So we've just reached the top of the first lock, which is the smaller of the two. This is the 40-foot lock, so the lock gate is opening, and once this is fully opened we'll be into the next chamber, and we'll then, which is the larger of the two, it's 60 foot, and then we'll proceed to that lock, same as before. So here we are in the second lock. Same routine again, that's where we're going. So here we are. That was Edith up there, who was the main controller who got us through, and the gate has just been lifted here and we've climbed our 60 feet. So there we are, back out into the daylight. Good to see these guys are doing this all for free, so they pay enough for electricity, so it's nice to get a few benefits every now and again. Nice little bit of water there coming down with whoops of delight. So there's Ardnacrusha. Still in operation after 100 years. I think that's Keeper Hill way ahead of us, just outside of Bird Hill. So it's just after 4 o'clock and we're the far side of O'Brien's Bridge, heading towards Killaloe, and that is Partine Weir ahead of us. We're just approaching it now, so that's where the canal kind of diverts from the main river, the canal heading down to Ardnacrusha. So we'll be meeting the main river, the main Shannon River, back up here on the far side of Partine Weir again.
We're going to be here for half an hour, right? Come back and just try on now.
We're just approaching Killaloe, Ardnacrusha, at the end of the trip. We should be docking there about 6 o'clock in about 20 minutes time.
Yeah.
So just arriving in Killaloe, very busy here tonight with swimmers and boaters and everything.
Oh no. On my own now, so that can't be in the water.
And so we bid farewell to Dash, heading off to Mount Shannon on the last part of the trip. Farewell, Dan. Good luck. Good sailing.